Hello, my little nerds and nerdettes. Please join us for another episode of
Dungeon Crawlers.
Crawling dungeons.
Crawling Dungeons. Welcome back to this hot mess.
I don't know how I felt about that.
Pepper
Get in
needs
there
new
and crawl that
shorts.
dungeon real deep, boy.
You got
Oh
soft
my god!
hands, boy.
Oh my god! Diablo, we literally made the same movie reference from different quotes of the movie.
Oh,
You
Jesus
said and
God.
get in there all nice and deep, and I said Pepper needs new shorts.
That's funny.
Anyways,
Dodgeball.
welcome. So, the crew, the motley crew, is in Molten Hammer, making their way around, feeling their way around, kind of seeing what the town, city, kingdom is like. Some bets were placed on a game of Drugan and lost in a game of Drugan. You went to the Vivek's Blade only to realize the wares are a little subpar. Kind of the Dollar General of the the armor and weapons world. A little argument
I wouldn't even
had.
call it that. I would call it
Insult on dungeon.
like Dollar General.
like Goodwill quality stuff.
Goodwill. I mean, Goodwill is probably actually better quality than that.
Yeah,
But-
actually, no, you're right.
I mean,
Goodwill doesn't claim to be good. Like,
True.
No,
Well,
but-
no, because it's
I
right
think-
there in the name. Of course, they're claiming to be good.
exactly. And at least they try. Like, they don't put stuff out there that probably shouldn't be out there. But a little argument was had between Axel and possibly the owner of the establishment, and a little insult thrown on the way out. Some more exploring was done. Axel ran into a mysterious gnoll that seemed to be stalking, talking, examining Axel. Unsure, but it definitely put Axel on edge, creating kind of that aura of fright, intrigue. Not really sure. But the rest of the crew kind of made their way around and checked out certain aspects and things of the city. Long conversation being had, and upon making all of them making their way back to the inn, during a conversation later in the evening, as I believe Axel and Nova, you guys were leaving to go to your room or hadn't left yet. I can't remember.
We walked out because KB was dead set on talking about the knoll.
Correct. During your conversation, with damn it, Patience and Sophia, I've had a brain fart today. A hand touched your shoulder, Ketty.
Oh yeah.
And a mysterious person announced themselves to you, calling you by a name that Patience and Sophia are
Not familiar with.
not familiar with.
Good
I
old
forgot
kitty.
about
Kibbles and
that.
bits.
So last week, you may or may not have noticed, I was like really struggling to stay awake.
Mm.
And then the next morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm just tired. I was tired last night. I took my temperature and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm sick. I was sick for like 4 days. So I think you guys got like the first hour or two of me like feeling sick. And so I was like,
Oh, just like just like floating. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it like
hell
hit
of a
me,
time over
it hit me
there.
like during the session last week. So that
Oh,
was
that's
kinda
the
weird.
worst.
can you remind me, Ginge, what did this person say and what did he call KB?
Eddie.
He had walked up and put a hand on Ketty's shoulder, and he had said something to the effect of, "Always the storyteller, aren't you, Ketty?" And put a hand on his shoulder. And as he turned around, you guys wouldn't know, but KB would have known this person His name is Tristan. Another goblinoid of about the same height and stature. Kind of a lighter dark, or like a lighter green skin. He's got a bunch of earrings in kind of the ears. He's wearing a dark, it's like a black robe that comes down and covers a good chunk of the shoulders and body. It's a very heavy cloak. Kind of a higher make, very well dressed. Underneath the dark cloak are like dark leathers and kind of a maroon, kind of like a burgundy long sleeve red, kind of like almost like swashbuckler type shirt that comes down and covers the arms to the wrists, where you kind of see on the left hand there's like 2 bracelets, like loose hanging bracelets. Shortcut hair, small mohawk, but like kept short to the scalp, and like very clean. Like for a goblin, very clean. Teeth are cleaned up. He kind of looks a little bit like KB. He's a very just cleaned up individual, which is kind of surprising.
Not too many goblins take this good of care of themselves, I take it.
I mean, it's not uncommon, but it's not as common as you would think. I mean,
Not as common for people of other lineage.
Yeah.
I see.
That is where we left off.
Yeah, I think as soon as I almost like an alarm. I think as soon as I hear the name, I would turn and just instinctively say, "Don't say that name."
What?
I didn't mean to offend you. I'm very sorry.
What? Kettle? Is that your name?
Not important.
What? I mean, what? We the whole time we thought you was called KB, and now you telling me you got another name?
I am KB. That's correct. Yes, sir.
Petty and bits?
I don't know. It doesn't have quite the same ring to it.
And I'll look at Tristan and I'll say, "What are you doing here?"
I happened to be traveling, and I was here on some business, and I happened to be passing through for a little bit of bite to eat here for the night, and I saw a familiar face and heard a familiar story. It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
How are you doing? Well, how have you been? I mean, you left a lot. How long ago? I mean, it's been ages. We really don't know why you left.
Well, yeah, I had some things I needed to take care of. It was just time.
Well, can I buy you a drink and sit down and we talk, catch up?
Sure. Are you here alone?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
insight to see if I believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to insight that as well.
Okay.
He either hesitated because he's not being truthful, or just because he's surprised by the question. I only got a 9.
Yeah, I don't know this person. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, yeah. Seems truthful. Seems like he hesitated for a second. Maybe he was just caught off guard.
Is it pretty late in the night, or not really?
I would
think
say it's
the dome closed. There was stars. I don't know what time that
Yeah.
happens at though.
that usually happens around like 6 o'clock, a little after supper, roughly. They kind of make that like the official nighttime. What did you roll, Sophia?
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know who this person is. I can't read him.
Yeah, if it's like reasonably early, I'll just say, yeah, sure. Grab a chair.
Good, good. 1 second. I'll go get us some drinks. You liquor, beer, a little more of the good stuff. What would you like?
We're
It's
we're,
on
we're
me, of course.
drinking we're drinking beers here. That'd be great.
Sounds good. I'll be right back. And he like takes off and kind of walks away from the table.
Just passing through, huh?
That seems like a lie, right? That felt like a lie. I feel like that felt like a
I
lie.
don't know. I mean,
And I'll start like looking around and see if I see anybody there.
Someone's from your past, KB? He didn't seem too
Yeah.
happy to see him. You don't have to talk to him, you know?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It just startled me, I guess.
Anything
I
we
think
should be
it's
worried
probably.
about?
I don't think so. I don't
I'm not going to say
know.
no to free drinks.
Yeah, I don't think
I
that.
need free drinks after losing all the rest of my money.
that was
Yeah, no
wait.
kidding.
That was all the rest of your money?
I have a little bit left, but not much.
Wait, how much do you have?
And I'll take out 4 gold pieces and set them on the table.
Uh, where did all that money go?
Couple
Don't
know
worry
what?
about it.
couple moments
I'm
pass and he
fine.
comes back to the table and sits down next to KB. No, you put your money away. I'm paying for the drinks tonight. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Please, I
Oh,
haven't seen KB for a
Yeah.
long time. I mean, how long has it been?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
A while.
you left a large how long ago was that? Year? No. A little over a year, right? No?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been up to? Is this like just like your new group friends? Like
Yeah,
tell
I've
me.
been traveling, taking jobs here and there. Done some good. We've saved a few people. Just various
Look at you.
towns. Yeah.
Keddy the anarchist, the rule breaker. Saving some towns. Look at you.
Just
On you.
lots of little people that need help in this world. So
Hmm.
been trying to just do my part.
That's good. That's good. Um Huh. I'm not gonna lie, KB. I don't think I saw that coming. It's not the same person I remember from our small little town.
You thought I wouldn't make it or what?
No, it's just, I mean, our town was small. You know that.
Yeah.
You left when we had the opportunity, make great things out of ourselves. I work for, I work for people, the town works for people that pay a lot of money now. It's we help with research. It's you left right before that happened. It's
Mm. So you're still there working.
yeah, yeah. Well, not really. I mean, I travel a lot now, so
Mm.
Where have you been on your travels?
oh god. Oh well, I've been Tyrell. I've been to the frozen wastes. Um, did a little bit of stuff on the on the edge of the Shattered Veil. We did some testing over there. is Azalon. It's a small little outpost, little town there. Um, I saw a lot of hunting wares. That was a fun trip. Um, I
What
don't
kind
know.
of what kind of testing? What does that mean?
I can't tell you all of it, but it's testing the environment, testing, the creatures that have mutated that come out of the Shattered Veil. Before you left, we were trying to, you know, we're trying to test that how strong somebody's psyche can be. And these new creatures coming out of the Shattered Veil they're kind of mutated towards that kind of hunting, and it's been intriguing. Um, but kind of been all over, traveled a little bit of everything, done a little bit of everything. Um, it's been fun.
Who do you work for?
Work for people here and there, whoever pays the best amount of money. But I would say
Well,
probably
that
the
makes sense.
biggest benefactor would probably be, oh, probably like the colleges, probably. They pay pretty good, and they like their research a lot.
Yeah, I saw I saw some old neighbors at one of the
Oh yeah,
colleges in one of the towns we were in. Yeah.
oh yeah. Who's that?
Oh, just you know, just some of the old crew.
Well, I mean, like, what crew? I don't know what you mean by old crew. Like people from our town?
Yeah, just any wizards there that you might have known.
Wizards. Like, I mean, I don't know too many wizards. I know one that used to come visit our town quite often, but I don't see her too much. She still comes from time to time.
Do you know people from the Candlelit Academy? You said you've been up to the Frozen Wastes.
Yeah, yeah. I've done some research for them.
How's it up there?
Fucking cold, dude. It's cold. But I mean, that's a big fucking place, man. It makes our little town seem like a speck.
Anybody
Yeah.
you know ever get frostbite up there? And
Yeah,
I'm
it happens.
monitored. Does he react in any way to the word frostbite?
Not even like. Are you talking like recoils or anything like that?
No, like
Roll an insight
is it
check.
okay? Because this is a
I know what you're trying to get at.
yeah.
I'm just.
Insight. Uh, where the fuck? Getting all lost here. 17.
No, not to like you talking about the frostbite or the cold. I mean, he tells you exactly what happens up there. Like yeah. I mean, some people wander off the school grounds, stay out too late drinking. I mean, they get frostbite. Some people die staying out far too long. Why? You seen a lot of frostbite cases?
A few.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're wicked. They're wicked. You ever seen after like too long? It's like black. Gross.
Have
Oh
have
man.
I?
Yeah, you've seen it a couple
Oh
times.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, It's pretty nasty. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Well, maybe I would.
How long have you been in Moltenhammer? What brought the researcher of creatures from the Shattered Vale out to these mountains?
Sorry, ask that again.
What brought the researcher such as you out to the mountains here? I
Oh, I
imagine there's
mean,
not.
sorry, continue. I get excited.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, look all around you. Um, I mean, it's they're using the lava. They use the lava to fuel their city. Like, who even thinks of that? I mean, everything here is run on steam and molten.
It seems like magic, but I
It's
almost
amazing.
feel like it's not.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm here to. I want to see how they make it work. I want to see if it's a technology that can be brought elsewhere. If it's something that's worth studying.
People
As
always
he's
seem to rely too much on finding others who can solve problems with their magic. It's refreshing to see hard work like this.
correct.
Doing almost something similar.
Well, and so he starts going off on this tangent about why it's so the ingenuity, the hard manual labor and skills that it takes to make these piping that um this piping that can withstand the extreme temperatures of molten lava, but also keep it the same temperature throughout, 90% of its trip through through this dome, through this building, and he just goes on this huge tangent about the way it does.
So I get a sense like he genuinely has been thinking about this.
He's definitely looked into it. Yeah.
Like he's not just making this up off the top of his head as an excuse for being here.
He goes off on a massive tangent about it. I mean, then again, it could be a really elaborate cover story. So who knows?
Not me with my 6 insight roll.
Gotta get your
What-
wisdom up, son.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is insight? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
So overall, this guy seems above board, yeah. So far,
I don't know. Roll an inside check if you want. If you, I just don't like. You're just trying to? Are you just? So you rolled one for.
trying to see if he's like, I don't know, like got some other reason for being here other than what he said.
Yeah, how intelligent does the stuff he spewed off about Molten Hammer sound?
Incredibly.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead and roll another insight check there, patience though, because you're
Okay.
rolling for him and
18.
oh, he. Okay. He's on the up and up for the most part, but you've lived on the streets
Yeah.
and you're watching him, and you're watching KB, and he's telling you a bunch of information and is very involved in the conversation, but at the same time you can see out of the corner of his eyes he constantly keeps like looking over at KB, and there's moments where he kind of gets lost in thought for a second. But just slightly.
Okay.
So,
Hmm.
what kind of adventuring group are you guys? Do you guys do a lot of work? Are you guys monster slayers? Are you guys bounty hunters? Are you guys?
Adventuring group?
Well, I don't know what you call you people nowadays.
Oh, we're just friends.
Yeah. Sort of
Similar to you, we have some benefactors that, uh, you know, for various reasons need to remain anonymous. So unfortunately, we can't get into a ton of detail about it.
I mean, of course, I get that. You know, sometimes you have clients that wish to remain, anonymous.
Do you have benefactors that wish to remain anonymous?
Me? Of course. I've had a couple. I mean, haven't you?
I'm gonna give patients like a look like obviously we haven't. I'm like, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, those are the best paying clients are the ones that, they like to remain behind the scenes.
I see. Well, we're just passing through. We had some spare time and we figured why not explore this place? Like you said, it's quite the wonder. I don't know about you, KB, but I, for one, need to get some rest and get ready for tomorrow. Patients, you want to head to bed? You head to bed too, KB?
yeah.
Or do you want to talk with your friend?
Yeah, I might stay up a little bit, but probably not too much longer. I know we got big plans for tomorrow, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
I'll
stay up too
get
late.
to it.
I'll hang out here for a little bit. I'll see you in the room in a little while.
Sounds good.
Oh, it was really nice meeting you two. I
Pleasure.
really hope to see you guys later.
And I'll get up from the table. I know patience is staying. I want to do like one look outside, quick scan around the room inside before going to my room, looking for anyone who wasn't here like half an hour ago to an hour ago.
Okay, roll initiative.
Maybe goblins.
Roll initiative.
Maybe look for some
Um,
goblins.
Roll a perception check.
15.
15. You do a decent sized glance around the room and kind of watch the crowd. You really you
I was
don't
gonna
make
step
it
outside. I was
obvious.
gonna step outside the end too.
Oh, okay.
Quick.
You make sure you don't make it too obvious when you're like checking people's faces. Like like you don't stare too long. It doesn't look like anybody within the inn is new, other than obviously Tristan. You take a couple steps out of the inn. You kind of make it like you do like a nonchalant, like just gonna deep breath real quick. You just step outside the inn. You glance around,
Yeah, I'll
and
sit on like a bench for a little bit, cross my legs, and read a book or something for like 5 minutes.
yeah,
Head
it's
back
dead.
in.
It's actually dead quiet outside, and very very little traffic. A couple people still walking on the streets because of, nighttime, you know, uh, hookers and alcohol. So.
Nice.
Okay. So if I don't see anything, I'll head to bed.
Okay. I mean, unfortunately, you do see a um
Oh,
a
I see
dwarven
some things.
male. You see a dwarven male picking up a dwarven hooker, and for the first for the couple 5 minutes that you're standing out there, you can't figure out which one is the man. And it gets really confusing.
Hey, maybe they're both men.
They
Could be.
might be. But right before you go to bed, you
Or
realize
both women. They could be. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, of course. But you do realize that the one with the longer beard is actually the female because she's got it done in bow ties, and when you get a look from her from the side, she definitely has chest. So, but she's got very voluptuous facial hair and looks amazing.
unfortunately, Sophia does not currently have enough gold to hire a stripper. Otherwise, this night would go a different.
Yeah, turn it into this time. Sophia's the one who sneaks out for a midnight tryst.
Yeah.
You ever been with a real woman? Yes. I don't want it. I don't want it. Um.
Oh my
But
god.
after 5 minutes, you don't see anything out of the normal. Nobody new into the bar, and at this point, I would say it's getting later. Everybody's starting to get a little sauced up. So it's getting a little more livelier within the establishment.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to bed.
Okay.
And I may have missed it. Is Patience staying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll finish the rest of the drink I have, and I'll say so. Things are changing back home.
Yeah, for the better, for the better. It's not like when we were kids. It's a different place.
Oh, so you guys go way back.
Yeah, yeah. We weren't the best of friends, but KB here he's a good guy.
Yeah, I
You
can, I can agree with that.
A little
Most of the time.
rambunctious, got himself in trouble a lot. You know, but
yeah.
yeah.
Eh,
You
who
seen
doesn't?
you seen Triff back
Um,
home?
no, I haven't seen Trish in a long time, man. Have you?
No, no, no
No.
word.
Yeah, me either.
Just
It's too bad.
disappeared in the night. I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I haven't seen her in a little while. Kind of
Hmm.
thumbs his drink a little bit, holds it in
Is
front of him, gives a little smile, takes a
sh-
sip.
she a friend of yours or a friend of yours?
No, no, just a childhood friend.
Hmm. All right. All right.
A lot. Maybe not a lot, but year ago, a few years ago, seems like a lot of people left. There was a lot of there was a lot going on there that maybe just didn't sit right with people.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it might have sat, but that's that's all changed.
There's everybody there is prosperous and happy and uh, has a calling and a purpose.
Yeah, you should come home and check it out. I feel like it would really change your mind.
Well, if we head that way, maybe I will.
It's good. Be good to see you again. Have another one of those drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
they
Trish
they,
will be
they,
home then.
they maybe these
Maybe
experiments they do them there or other places or a little bit of both.
experiments.
Yeah, well, research. Sorry, I think you
Oh,
said you said research.
yeah, that's well. Research I go all over. We don't really do anything in a art.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
Anymore.
well, you mean anymore? We don't do any research in a art.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to do this in front of him or her? You know what you saw wasn't what you saw.
I know what I saw.
It was a misunderstanding. And if you give an opportunity to be explained, it could be explained.
Well, I, I'm nothing if not an open mind.
Patience is just sipping the tea, like
The
ready for all this shit to be spilled.
the atmosphere patience that went from that jovial, like the whole room is like everybody's getting a little sauced up, everybody's a little drunk, so
Mhm.
it's like that bar at it's like 1 a.m. Everybody's like good to go, everybody's joking and singing songs, and at this table you could cut the tension with a knife.
Mhm.
And Tristan's just like sitting back in his seat and he's thumbing the drink. You were the one that ran away. You didn't finish. You didn't understand what was being done. You thought you saw something, but that wasn't what happened. Akora explained it to me.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
She did.
Look,
And he leans forward on the table. I just really wish you would understand. I mean, of all of us, you had the potential to go farther than all of us. You still do. I don't understand why you reject the calling. You know what you're capable of. You know what they wanted. It wasn't to hurt or harm.
yeah, that's not a calling. It's not a calling to be used as a tool for someone else.
We're not tools.
Eh,
We
eh,
have
eh,
our own free will.
Right, exactly. We're not. But that's not what they want. They want us to be nothing but a machine for their use. And once you're no longer useful, you will be thrown out just like any other machine. I've seen it. I know what I saw.
Well, I
That's-
guess you should explain that to fucking Trish then. Because you know she joined up and was with us. And then she left. She left because she had to come talk to the great fucking Ketty. I haven't
That's
seen
not true.
her in 5 months. 5 months
Yep,
after
she
she
didn't
went
do
on
that.
a tangent.
Dips drink.
I've been
Maybe she
looking for
saw.
her for
Maybe she
3
saw the
months.
truth.
What truth? That we do well, we research, we find better ways for doing things. Bettering the world. That's always
What
what you
is?
talked about. Overthrow this, overthrow that. You hated governments. So we use the research that we can to create a better place.
A better place for who?
For everybody.
And Akora does this because her heart grew 3 sizes that day. It's
She's
nothing for
always
it.
been here to help. You couldn't look beyond. All you saw was the failures. You
Couldn't
saw
live with your own failure.
the things that
Where did
fell
that bring you?
through, and she made right what she made wrong. She apologized. She didn't want it to come to that point.
What did you say happened to your hometown?
Nothing happened to our hometown. Nothing
I
at all.
don't know. It sounded like something did.
If there's a breakthrough, the failures are just as important as the successes, and how you treat the failures matter more than how you treat the success. The next time there's failures, she's not going to have the consequence. You're going to be the consequence. You are the experiment. You're not the scientist here. You're the lab rat.
No, we
And,
weren't
and if you
the
and if
lab
you
rats.
can't find your cheese, that's it for you.
No, see, we weren't. You left before you fucking found out. We weren't the experiments. We were the finished product. The experiment was the Illithar. But you didn't want to stick around to find that out.
And I still
Yeah.
don't.
That's fine. That's fine. But we weren't the first. There was some group somewhere, and she told me all about it and how she wishes she could change what happened. But there was a group somewhere that they tried to do something with an experiment and it failed. And those people turned a different color, and yeah. But it wasn't us. We were the finished product. But you don't see it that way. You don't see us as being superior. And that's where your failure is.
Superior to what? What would you even have to be superior to? The other people in this tavern?
And he like does like a little thing all around him. This. We can create something better.
But that's the thing though, right? Is that if you think you're inherently better than everything else out here,
I don't
why would you need to improve their lot in this life?
I don't feel like I'm better. I feel like we can do better. Whatever that might be. Trish thought that at one point too. Until your fanatical ideas got to her. And then she had to leave because she had to find you. She had to talk to you. She had to tell you something.
So let me ask you this. If you go back, you do your research here, you go back and you tell Akora, hey, I've done a lot of research and I think I understand this better than you. I think I should be in charge of this operation now. What would happen then?
I don't know. She's far wiser than I am. I mean, maybe she sees that as an improvement. Maybe I become her right-hand person. Maybe I help her. I don't know. But she's always 3 steps ahead of me. So I don't see that happening anytime soon. She learned from her mistakes. She learned from her mistakes when she... Wait. I don't know. They said the experiments were done long ago in another town that doesn't even exist anymore because of how bad the experiments were done. And she apologized and profusely told me it would never happen again.
Mm. Do people change? Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I want to think they do. She told
Well,
me that they learned so much from their experiments in Bira. And that it would never happen again.
but but wait. Listen to what you just said. You just said they learned so much from it. They'll never do it again. That's those aren't words that someone says who regrets their actions. That those are words that someone says when they say, "I got what I want out of this already. I don't need it anymore." Right? The noble thing would be to say, we didn't get what we needed from the experiments, but we're still not going to do them again because they were horrific. Those are two completely different things. One justifies, right? The other is apologetic.
I wish you could just come and talk and see the look in her eyes. And maybe that would sway your opinion. I believe her. I believe she is truly sorry.
I'm not sure that I could do it safely.
Why? She never wanted to harm you. You were you were her
I,
most promising student.
I don't know that. How would I know that?
She wants you to come back. I'm not here to get you. I found you on accident. I mean, to me that's that's luck.
No, she never saw us as proteges. She saw us as slaves, tools.
Slaves, not tools,
I-
companions.
If she wants us to come back, if she wants me to come back, it's for punishment or re-education.
Ah, she doesn't even come to Allard anymore. The town has completely changed. It's a small city now.
Well, that
She
might be
gave
true
us.
because I saw her and it wasn't in alert.
Well, then there you go. There's your proof. She doesn't need to
Wait,
be in Allard.
where did you see her? This person.
Out of character, I don't remember where I saw her. Was
Kaylor.
it in Kaylor? I think it was in
It's
Kaylor.
Kaylor.
Yeah.
It was Kaylor when they were doing the basically the unveiling of the magic box that
Yeah.
adventurers were allowed to go into.
I saw her in one of our towns we were in recently.
Good.
Oh, oh.
I hope she saw you and talked some sense into you. Obviously not.
Well, I had to leave for my safety.
I mean, come and talk to me. No offense to you. Patience was your name?
Did I even? Did
I
I?
think
I don't know if any of us mentioned our name.
I was gonna say I thought somebody had
Or
mentioned
either
it,
of
but
us.
maybe not. But I don't know what your name is. And no offense to you, but I, can I talk to him alone for like 10 minutes, 15?
What, here at the table?
Yeah. Or are you afraid to be alone
Hmm,
with me, the great Keddy?
maybe for another drink.
I mean, I don't know if afraid is the right word. Look, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I don't have
Pours a
any.
drink and slides it like backhand in your direction, Patience, while keeping eye contact with KB.
I'll sort of nod to patience. I think it's okay. Um,
All right
and
then.
actually, I'll just telepathically say to patience as she leaves. I'll just say, don't go too far.
I'll say back. I'll be right outside, and I'll just head out the front door and chill by the entrance.
And I'll say, look, I hope you haven't taken offense. I just you surprised me. I'm a little on edge. I I worry about it.
I don't know why. You left when they were doing the experiments. Yes, I know they were scary, but it strengthened us. It gave us the abilities that we have. Come back. You're stronger than a lot of us. Whatever happened with you, with it, stronger. She wants you to come back and be her right hand person. She talks about you often.
That doesn't sound right.
You could do so much good, KB. So much good. Come back. I lied a little bit. I work for the Candlelight. I do a lot of research for them and a lot of jobs. We do a lot of jobs for them. And when I say we, I mean we. There's several of us that have left Alart to work exclusively for them under the supervision of Akora.
For for what? What's the goal? What's the purpose?
Well, for one, we get paid well. We get paid very well. Two, betterment. I mean, you were the one that fed its nonsense from the time we were 6 up until now. You know, government's this, and the working man should be the ruling class, and this, and, you know. eh, So why not strive for that? A free world.
I don't think it's that radical.
She did miss you. She did. I was not lying when I said she left because of you. She said she had to talk to you. It's been 3 months.
Well,
She was fine. And then one day she came back and was white as a ghost, and she said, I have to talk to Ketty. I have to go. And she packed right then and there and left. I don't know what you said to her or what you did, but she was fine. Akora has changed. She looks out for us. She provides jobs for us. She... I mean... She's created this role that we are able to provide for and do good.
and how old is she? Any idea?
Who?
Cora.
30s? 40s? I don't know.
Mm.
Never truly asked.
You know how wizards are. I don't know. I think she's older than that, but
Possibly. But like you said, you know wizards. A very strong wizard at that.
and she got you all jobs,
Yeah?
and so you guys are happy.
I mean, it provides. And
Look, you're saying that you've heard the words that I've said, but I don't know that you have. A man is no less of a slave just because he gets to choose his own master.
It's another one.
well, obviously there's not swaying any Ketty's mind today. But you know what? That's fine. He reaches into his cloak, takes out a small card, slides it across the table face down. If you ever change your mind, come home. Come find us.
Yeah.
Wish you
Okay.
well, man. He slides it across the table to you and stands up.
And then as he's leaving, I'll say, I hope you're right. I have my
Yeah,
doubts,
you
but
too, with his back turned. You know, sometimes somebody's got to step up to lead the confused masses. And Akora did that for us. Yeah. And he pulls his he pulls the hood up over the top of his head and walks out the front door.
I'll take the little bit that's left in my glass, and as he leaves and says that, I'll say, "No gods, no masters." I'll finish the rest of my drink.
Okay.
And I'll go find Patience and just tell her, I'm gonna turn in.
Seems like it's about that time. Downs the rest of the drink. So, what did he say?
Well, he didn't try to kidnap me, which is, you know, which is nice.
That's good. I mean, you're still here.
I'm still here. Yeah. You know, same stuff. Just come back, see what's happened, that type of thing.
Hmm. You didn't seem too keen on doing that.
Yeah, I think you know, it's hard to find work for goblins, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of kind of prejudices there that can make it hard. But you know, we take a lot of jobs for evil wizards and nefarious people and shit like that, because that's all there is. And then you get a reputation for that, and nobody will hire you for other stuff, and you know, it kind of snowballs into this thing. So you know, goblins kind of do a lot of dirty work. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Well, but my home was there's a goblin village there, and we all worked for this wizard. You know, odd jobs, getting spell components, or you know, this just little things here and there that she needed.
Mhm.
And you know how wizards are. Nobody ever knew exactly what she's doing in her tower, but
I mean, I don't
I
know what the
started,
hell Sophia's doing half the time.
yeah. So I started having these visions of her just doing some really horrific stuff to, you know, my friends and neighbors, and I just I couldn't stay, right?
Yeah.
I assumed that, you know, this could potentially be any one of us at some point in time, and then I think that she saw me. You ever have a dream and you see another person and they know that you're dreaming before you do, and they tell you, or they, you know, you just get that sense.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of how it was. It wasn't a dream, but I had these visions, and it was like I was out. It was like I was outside, you know, looking down on what they were doing. It was like I was scrying on them, right, from
Yeah.
overhead, and a couple times she looked up right at me, you know, not at me, but where my vision was coming from. It was just like she looked me right in the eye through my vision,
That's pretty
and
fucking weird.
and she looked angry, right? Like
Hmm.
like I had uh, like I had intruded on something that I wasn't supposed to see. But these visions just came to me. I didn't do anything. But I saw a look in her eye that told me that I need to get the fuck out of there.
She's not the savior she says she is, huh?
Well, I don't think so.
Hmm.
Our friend here is not, you know, is not convinced. But I don't think that she is.
Yeah, well, anybody who tells you that they are, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you can never really trust what they say. At least you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where anyone who thinks that they're good enough to rule over other people isn't, right?
Yeah.
The people that don't think they're worthy of rule, probably are, but they won't do it because they don't think they are. Yeah, she definitely thought she was worthy to lord over us, right?
Hmm. Yeah, bad news. I don't know.
Who knows?
Well, if we run, are we gonna do, try to talk things out, or is it gonna be on site? You know what I mean?
I don't think on site's an option.
Why not?
Well, she's old. Not that she's like an old
Hmm.
decrepit lady, but you know, wizards' ages are weird, and I think she's uh, been around a lot longer than she puts on.
Hmm.
So I don't know the full extent of her abilities, but I know that it's big.
Yeah, well, she don't know the full extent of my abilities.
That is technically true.
Matter of fact, she doesn't know me at all. So
Yeah.
it's perfect. She won't know it.
I guess we'll sleep on it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I
All
mean,
right, let's turn in.
yeah. Time for.
I'm tired of this day.
All right. Heading upstairs
'Kay.
to the bedroom.
As you head upstairs, um, make your way to your individual rooms. Anybody doing anything? Any conversations to be had?
Well, yes.
Frosty and Nova, or damn it, Axel and Nova, you have made your way to your room. What are you doing right now?
This would be right after we left the table, because Katie Brocker couldn't keep his mouth closed about the Noel.
Hmm.
Katie
Yes.
Brocker. Once we get upstairs into the room, I'm gonna look at Axel and say, what has you so off about this Noel? I've not seen you act like this before. Why does he bother you so much?
He's kind of like rapidly shakes his head and just he's definitely nervous. He he just reminded me of him. He looked like him so much.
Would I know who Axel's talking about?
Zadrax.
Would I know that though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of gaze at the floor a little bit and think. Well, he's not. He's just some creepy old Knoll that is trying to get in your head.
Kibble said that he knew I was in the city before he even met me. Why? How?
Well, wasn't he blind? Maybe he's just got really strong senses, and considering this place probably mostly smells like dwarves all day long, maybe he picked up on you on the wind when we came in?
Maybe.
It's probably nothing. He clearly has nothing better to do than bother people. And then especially you.
He has everything better to do. He was wearing Burning Blades attire. It's still. If he reports to Zadrax that I'm still alive, then that puts us in a lot of danger.
I'm not gonna
A
let
lot.
anything happen to you. Let him come then. We can't live in fear though. We can't just run with our tails tucked between our legs. So if he reports something back, then he does, and we deal with it. Or we go confront him and don't let that happen at all.
He doesn't respond.
I'll do whatever you want me to do. But I don't think that worrying about it's gonna change anything. So maybe we sleep on it, and then in the morning, if you think it would be better to maybe go talk to him, then we can. Or if you'd rather leave it alone and then just see if something happens later down the road, then so be it.
I guess we can think about it.
I'm gonna walk up to you and give you a really tight hug. Especially because I can tell how bent out of shape you are about this.
It takes him like a few seconds, but he reciprocates.
It'll be alright. Try not to let it bother you. I promise, it'll be okay.
I hope so.
I'm gonna squeeze you really tight before I let go. Alright, let's get some rest.
Right. He like waits for a few seconds. He's like getting ready, and then he says, "Oh, I almost forgot.
What's up?
Those things that I bought from that lady in Bellin Outpost.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
I figured out what they did, but I never told you." And he starts fishing around in his pack.
Oh!
He
Wasn't
pulls
one of
out
them like
the
an odd orb thing?
yeah, and as you say, he pulls out the constriction ball first. If you throw this and say its command word in midair, it'll open up and attempt to restrain whoever you're throwing it at.
Throw, touch, anything. Like you could
Yeah.
walk up and touch somebody, and yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. Do you know what the command word is, though?
I think I could set it to be whatever I want eventually.
Oh, that can come in really useful.
Yeah, I've got the best throwing arm, so I think I should hold on to that. But puts it back and starts fishing around again. Pulls out the key. I guess this we can decide on. From what I can gather, this can unlock any mundane lock, but it'll only work once.
Huh. That's gonna come in useful, too.
Yeah.
Any mundane lock. So we probably can't
Any
use it on
lock,
the... Oh, any lock!
Even magical
And-
locks.
even magical locks.
Oh.
Okay,
One
well then
lock.
he'll correct himself. Yeah.
Yeah, one lock and the key crumbles.
So what you're saying is, once we find our way onto the first ring, we pretty much can get in anywhere we want to.
I mean, that's definitely an option.
I mean, I gotta know what's on that first ring. Especially because it's so off limits. It's just too enticing not to want to check it out. I think you should
Yeah.
probably hold on to that one too.
Sounds good.
Okay, that holding orb out of character is freaking cool. You can like touch it, throw whatever, and it holds.
Yep.
It's like basically a grapple, or like
Uh,
an incapacitation kind
Think of it like BDSM except for extreme.
What the fuck?
Like basically makes you immobile.
Yeah.
Like wraps. So basically, think of like it wraps the whole body in chains and like leather straps, and then they're just like this, and then a little flap of leather will go over the mouth.
of.
That the whoever the owner of the ball is can remove it, do whatever they want to do, and talk to it.
Oh boy.
It basically immobilizes them and shuts them up.
So all we need to do is stop adventuring and open up an establishment.
Yes, that's what.
We'd
Oh,
have the best experience on the block.
Here comes big boys.
Can't
So-
find it nowhere else in
And I believe
Rothos.
I can't remember what I said as the DC.
15.
Yeah, there you go.
in character, my mind is probably going on top of the ways to use that key. My mind is probably going down a whole path with how to use that orb. Is it like a one-time use thing too?
Under the orb.
No, it can
Okay.
be used multiple times, but it can only be used on the one individual like a day.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, every day it has one charge.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
then it,
definitely
like,
like thinking about ways that could be used.
And it can hold somebody for. Yes, I gotta find. I want to say it was like a day, like up to a day.
Bruh.
No, hold on, that's way too OP. Where's my fucking sheet?
My notes say it says they're restrained until the command phrase is said again.
Yes, but if you leave him like that, it only holds on for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
Like basically like
Oh,
like,
so you
like,
can't
like,
like
like,
leave it
like a,
on
like
them
a
and
battery.
walk away. You can't just
Correct.
like walk away and
You
leave them
no,
for
you
eternity.
can. No, oh yes, not for eternity. Think of it like you have one charge a day that you can use it. So if it's a success or a failure, it uses that one go for the day. If it hits and it's successful, think of it almost like a battery now. As long as that battery lasts, it'll hold on to them, or until the owner says the magic word. And I think it was half that. I think it was 8 hours.
Okay.
Yes, 8 hours. So basically, once successful, you can hold the target for 8 hours.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's plenty of time for activities.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna lay down in bed. I'm gonna put my hands behind my head, and I'm literally just gonna be deep in thought about how to use that orb and fun ways that it could be used.
Yeah. And I mean, the person can struggle every so often, and they can try and resist and try and break out. But
I mean, it's already
DC
canon that Nova's a prostitute, so this kind of tracks.
Yo, Lady
But the
of the
DC
Night
is
the
yeah,
correct
DC
terminology.
is super.
Oh yeah, right,
super high.
Sorry.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but the DC is
It's
super high to
current- It's
break
current
out.
year. We
Yeah,
gotta use.
Lady of the Night.
Jesus.
So insensitive. Yeah, so I'm just laying in bed at this point.
My apologies.
Anybody else doing anything?
Nope. Well. Nah. It's just time jump to morning.
Did you, KB? Yeah, I told you that he slid a card to you, right? At the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 I got it. Tucked in my
Okay,
pocket.
I can't remember if I said if I did or didn't. So you guys individually make yourselves to your rooms. You close the door, settle in, start to relax, and think about all of the things that have happened throughout the day. Each one of you just kind of, fade off into La La Land. As the night progresses on. Axel.
No.
Every night, bro. Every
No!
night I live in
It's
agony.
every night,
I'm gonna
bro.
put a ward of protection on Axel. Leave him
Said it's every night,
alone.
bro.
Poor thing. He's so tormented.
Dollar is my
You
city.
stare down at your feet, and you feel, once again,
Rothos
The-
is my city.
I'm gonna run
Yeah,
over to
I love
Axel and put my hands on his head and wake him up. No, I'm just kidding. So
you
frustrating.
feel your toes
Yes, I can rap and Noah
About-
and dollar.
an inch into the blood.
Oh my
It's like a pool of blood on the ground, and You can just feel the squish in between your toes as you kind of like it's almost like a first-person experience. You look over and you see their shield bashed in, severely dented, hanging slightly off of your arm, like you just got done taking many heavy blows. Chuckles in your right hand as you hold is beaten and bashed and super bloody. Part of the chain has become dismembered and looks to be hanging off. Cuts, bruises, oozing from blood all over the body. And just bodies everywhere. And you look up as it leads a path of like watered blood. So like to your left and your right, it's just bodies strewn all directions. Gnolls, humans, orcs, goblins, half elves, just war. And almost like a small sidewalk pathway. Like a pathway of blood. Almost like a sidewalk made of this. And you kind of stumble forward, left, right. In a daze, you look at the scenery of people just strewn all around you. And every once in a while, out of the corner of your eye, you kind of catch a set of eyes, and you see a shadowed, hunched creature in the distance, just tearing bits and pieces off of people. And you look over to your right, you see an even larger one hulked over, tearing off the leg and just beginning to devour into it. And then he stops, and a huge smile creeps across the face. And he looks back and continues to rip away at this piece of leg. And you hear this guttural laugh. Welcome, Axel. Do you wish to be strong? Come to Yangu. Feast. Let the hunger rage. And he sits back on his chair made of people and bone, and just leans as he drapes his large weapon over his calf and thigh, or over his thigh. And he takes the sword and throws it directly at you, and you immediately wake up right as the blade strikes directly in the center of your chest, with one gush of wind.
Ginger sent you a message.
Yeah, I saw. This wakes you up. This right here wakes you up.
Okay. I'm gonna jump awake and look over at you. You okay?
He's like looking at both of his hands, like.
Axel, you okay?
Nova. And he's like looking around. You get the sense that he's still not sure whether he's in a dream or not. Like he's like frantically looking around, trying to gather his bearings.
I'll walk over and sit next to you and grab your hand. You're awake. It's okay.
He is wet.
Oh no!
Not urine. Like very, very, like even
Perspirating.
for Axel, perspirated. Like weirdly perspirated.
Axel's been thinking about that BDSM too.
Yeah.
He's like, man, all the things I could do with this fucking thing. Oh,
I'm
But he's-
squeezing. I'm squeezing
yeah.
your hand tightly. It's okay. Did you have a bad dream?
About the same as ever.
What was it about?
Just
And as
get-
she asks you what was it about, you just feel like this gnawing hunger deep in the pit of your stomach, and you have to kind of like, almost like acid reflux. You're like, and you like kind of like force it.
just this damn curse again.
Yeah. What is it like? Would you ever let me see it?
If you wanted to, but I put everyone at risk if I let it just do it at once. And it doesn't matter if you asked for it or not. If I lost control and somehow hurt you, I'd never forgive myself,
That's not
whether it
gonna
was an
happen.
accident or not.
It's not gonna happen. You can't think like that. Maybe if I could see it, I'd understand it a little better. Would you let me try?
If you want to.
So, when you go back to sleep, I'm gonna try. And you're gonna feel something asking to let it in. And you have to say yes. But you'll know it's me.
Okay.
Try to go back to sleep. And I'll see if I can see it. What you always dream about.
All right.
When I say that, I'm actually going to cast sleep, which I think you
baby.
have to you have to roll. What is it?
I mean, if he willingly
Oh,
accepts
true.
it, though, then I mean it's gonna be he kind of lets it happen. So
I'm gonna squeeze your hand and I'm gonna say, "Go to sleep," and I'm gonna cast sleep.
you resist.
No.
You feel a strong like urge wash over you, just like instantly. You're like, whoa, okay, and you just feel this heavy blanket cover you, and immediately you just fade out.
So I'm going to pull up a chair next to Axel's bed, and I'm going to dream fast with him.
Okay.
And that is. It's a charisma saving throw, but the creature can willingly choose to fail to save. I deep dive into their subconscious mind while they are sleeping, giving me limitless access to the target's thoughts, memories, and dreams.
Okay. Do you resist, Axel?
No, if I know it's her, I'll willingly choose to fail to save.
So this is
Nova.
that fun cinematic event where
Yes.
all of the blood begins to illuminate, and then the eyes illuminate, and then they'll like shoot open and be white.
A giant nightlight begins to light itself behind you, Axel. As you fade out, and as you fade out, the room all of a sudden goes and starts to fade in, and you're just kind of like, "Yep, okay," and you fade out as you become bioluminescent, and your two fingers, as you place them gently on the side of Axel, you kind of place them in your two positions and spots that you know you can get a good feel. And you let yourself fade out. And initially, you're met with just darkness, sleep, calmness. You see yourself standing atop a large dune, and you sit down. Axel's sitting down next to you, almost like you're not even there. Much younger than what he is now. Kind of a thinner, leaner, more, a little bit smaller Axel. What was that?
What the fuck?
Huh?
It's probably Strat.
Yeah.
Fucking Mike. But he's just sitting relaxed on top of this dune looking out over this vast sand wasteland. And strangely, it's very relaxing. But you feel almost like this tug. Like the dream is getting led somewhere.
I'm gonna follow it.
Oh yeah, you don't even need to follow. The Axel in the dream stands up and begins to age in front of you into the broader, taller, the Axel that you know. He dons this armor, takes this paint on his hand and begins to make streaks of war paint down the sides. You see spears being attached to his back. You see a shield. You see this almost morning star mace that he carried. And all of a sudden the dune disappears in pure blackness. And you hear, before you see, you hear and you smell vividly the sounds of war. Screaming, blood-curdling agony. You feel hands and you feel feet grabbing and kicking on you on accident, bumping into you. You feel hands grabbing your ankles and then being dragged away, or grabbing your ankle on the other side and then slowly fading out, not moving anymore, going limp. And all of a sudden your feet are wet. And you smell iron. And you smell gunpowder. You smell steel. You smell sweat. And you close your eyes, and as you open them slowly, this horrific scene of just battle and death in front of you, and atop this giant throne, like made of bodies, sits this horribly elongated, mangled, dark black furred on top, and like orange fur, reddish fur that runs this underside of this giant knoll that just is wickedly staring out in all directions around him, with this giant mangled mace that hangs over a leg. And he's just riddled in scars and just this gigantic toothy smile. And you see Axel in the middle of all of this, just move after move. Spear takes off, throws. Morningstar comes down on top of one person's head, grabs the next person and takes the head and completely does a 180 with the head, husses it off the side, takes and runs and jumps, splits another person in two, and as he turns, it's not the Axel you know. His face is elongated. Its mouth is pulled up into a large smile. And he looks happy. Oh, so happy. And then continues to turn and decapitates one individual with one giant swing of his mace. The head just turns to mush. Takes his shield and jacks another person right into the face. As this gnoll turns and stares at you, he stands and smiles, tilts his head, and you blink. And as you blink and you open up again, he's standing directly in front of you. And he lurches down and takes a bite off the top half of your body, and you wake up in a panic.
Oh shit! Yeah, like Strat's picture.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking ominous. I'd probably like stumble back out of the chair, especially because I probably had like a momentary glimpse of actually being bitten in half.
And as this happens, Axel is laying on the floor, and just every once in a while he's doing kind of that dog thing, which is like twitching, and like where his hands are laying on the floor, he's made grooves into the wood from going back and forth, and you can see like his hands and claws retracting.
I'm gonna lean over and try and jostle him awake. You wake up.
Do I awake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not pleasantly, but you awake.
I'm gonna let out a really long sigh. Is that what you dream about every night?
Differing variations of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
What was that thing? The big knoll thing? Is that hunger that you talk about?
No, that's the guy who created it. That's I guess you could say
Created it.
he's every Knowles' dad.
He didn't look like the warm father figure you'd hope him to be.
No, he doesn't.
You seemed happy in your dream while you were fighting.
That's most likely who I would become if I were to let it win.
So you fight against that every day? Feeling that?
If there's a time where I feel like it bubbling back up again, I'd push it back down. But it's always there at the bottom of my mind. No getting rid of it.
There ever be a time where you can't? Is it always something you can just push down? Or is it gonna get worse over time?
I don't know.
Well, I'm still determined to find a way to make that stop. Maybe if there's some way that I can, like, subconsciously sever you from that. I don't know if that's possible. It's not something I'm aware of at this time, but I'm gonna find out.
For what it's worth, I do think you help.
Help make it easier?
He nods. And so it continues. I don't know if it's due to your abilities as an empath or whatever, but whenever I'm near you, I feel a calming presence. It's why I fear being separated from you so much.
I'm gonna smile at that. Well, I'm glad that I help. But I want to do more than help. I want to make it stop if it's possible. Trust me, I'm determined to find a way. If there is a way.
Let's hope that there is.
Well, now I have to try to get back to sleep and not dream about that. I don't know how you do that every night. But thank you for letting me see, so at least I kind of know what you're facing all the time.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna give you another really tight hug. And then I'm gonna scratch the top of your head and walk over to my bed.
Hey, Nova.
Yep.
We... I know what you said earlier, but we can't engage Zadrax at any opportunity. He's... Never mind.
Getting a sense of what you're saying a little bit, even though you stopped. I'm gonna...
Yeah,
Kinda
you get the
quirk-
sense that, like, he doesn't like admitting fear, but you would already know that he was gonna say something to the effect of, he's the only person I do fear.
Yeah, so I kind of got a sense because you trailed off, so I'm gonna say... Well, I'm gonna actually smirk at you. Yeah, but he doesn't know me. I'm not afraid of him. Even if you think I should be.
I hope that he never does know you.
Well, if he does, he's gonna rue the day.
Yeah. Yeah, he will. And you instantly don't believe that he believed what he said.
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe what I'm saying either, because I obviously don't know this individual. So I'm kind of it's that false confidence. So I'm like
For
smirking,
the
giving
other
that
person's
that
benefit.
yeah, giving that false
You
confidence.
would know a little bit about him. Axel is described in very short detail.
Yeah, but not like knowing really fully, but without being in front of him and seeing like the full depth of his power. So I'm giving that false confidence of, well, I know a little bit, and if that day came, I'd fight like hell. But yeah, do I 100% know how that would go? No. But that's not going to stop me from giving that confidence of, yeah,
Yeah.
bring it on. Bring it on.
Get on, dog boy.
Try to dream of open pastures, fields of wildflowers, if you can. No more death.
Suppose I can give it a try.
Or that mound that you were sitting on at the beginning of your dream. That seemed very peaceful. Try to hold that if you can. I'm gonna lay down and probably lay there for an extended period of time before I fall asleep. I am not gonna roll for exhaustion because I imagine I have enough time to go to sleep and get a full night's rest.
Yes, you do.
Sweet.
You both settle into your rooms, settle into your beds, and this time, Axel, your dream is peaceful. And
Yeah, suck on that! Big
You
bad
all-
guy! Nova took you out!
get a good night's rest.
And the rooster crows.
And the rooster crows, but there's no rooster. So the day comes. You hear, people walking in the hallways and whatnot, and getting up and making their way outside to greet the day. What are you doing?
Get my butt up.
Okay.
Probably stretch. Got a good night's sleep. And if Axel's awake, which he probably is because he often is before I am, I'm gonna grin at you and say, well, did you have better dreams last night after you finally went to sleep?
He'd probably be reading from his swordsmanship manuscript, but yeah, he looks up and he says, yeah, a little bit.
Good. See, I chased him away. More false confidence. Grin. Shall we go downstairs and catch up with everybody, get something to eat?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll get up, grab my stuff, and head downstairs.
Okay.
Anything unusual happen to anyone else? Well, I guess it's not unusual for Axel.
For me, it's just Tuesday, bro.
It's just
And
Wednesday.
It's like you guys got a good night's rest, went to bed early. I mean, it's like 5:36 a.m.
Ah, perfect.
It's an early day.
I'll probably find a table downstairs.
Okay.
Look for my good friend Wayla, if she's there.
Wayla?
The barkeep lady, the
Mhm.
awesome one that I love.
Mhm.
I'll probably
Wayla,
wave at
my
her.
beloved.
Oh, Wayla, my beloved. I'll wave at her and say good morning.
Good morning.
Can I get some food for the table?
Yes, of course. She turns around, gathers up all the food, and brings it all back. That'll be, about 2 syllables.
I will give her 5. Because she's my
Much
favorite.
appreciated. Well, I'll be back. So she heads off, and you see her like furiously cleaning something, and like she picks like one drunk up off the table, and like picks him up and like sets his ass on the outside of the building.
Huh.
He's like passed out on the table like this, and she just like walks him outside and sets him on the street.
Do
And you see she's just like getting in for the morning and cleaning.
Do I see old KB sleeping under any benches down here?
KB?
Or did he find somewhere else to sleep?
No, I had a room.
Oh, look at you! Not sleeping in the bar.
Yeah, I think I was a little, again, not scared, a little anxious maybe to sleep in the open.
A little wary.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, and I'm just gonna wait for food and wait for everybody to show up.
The food and the alcohol or morning beers and
What do you have?
orange juice are brought to the table for you.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
also-
pretty early too. We went to bed early.
Yeah.
Okay. She nudges you as she goes back by. Thank you for the tip, and she sets like a little piece of pie down on the breakfast table as well.
Hey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Suppose we'd all be filtering down one by one.
Patience and Sophia make your way down as the food and drinks are being brought to the table. And you make your way and you sit down, and she looks like it looks like you had bought basically for yourselves, Nova and Axel, but she'd brought extra enough for like a couple people.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I realized I said food for the table, and that probably wasn't clear.
No, you're good. So, she left quite a bit on the table.
Okay.
So you sit down, and there's some eggs and some fruit and veggies, and looks like some porridge or something like that.
Perfect. I'll serve myself a little bit.
Okay.
Still waiting for everybody to show up.
KB's the only one.
Yeah, I'll kind of stagger down eventually. I don't think I'll. I'm not in a rush to get going, but I'll eventually kind of stagger my way down there.
Before KB gets up, I'll ask the table. Any ideas on what you wanted to do today?
First primary ring?
Why do you want to go there?
Because it's off limits. Don't you want to go?
I don't know. I mean, how different can it be from every other ritzy district in every other city?
Very different considering it's off limits.
Sophia has a big smile on her face. I was hoping they'd say that. Or KB and his do-good attitude comes up. I want to get in some trouble.
I mean, if you're getting into trouble, you're doing it wrong. My intention is to get there and not get into trouble.
Caught.
I want to see what
Hey,
the
since
hell's
you
down
remember,
there.
back in Dollar, those days where you would crack of dawn, you'd head up to the Noble District and wipe all the smiles off their faces. Set
Once
them
we
on
were
the back
safely
their
away, of
pompous
course.
asses.
Sophia, you sound awfully far away from your mic.
Do I?
Yeah, there you go. You
Sophia,
said something about
adjust
the
your
crackadon.
Yes.
Sophia, adjust your mic.
Her,
So you said something
her
about
sending stone, I
crackadon.
mean.
Yeah.
Said something about the crackadon with nobles. What?
Oh, I just said we'd get up at the crack of dawn, head up to the Noble District, and steal their shit, wipe the smile off their faces,
Exactly.
put them back on their pompous asses.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously hiding something great down there. Just curious.
Even if they're not, it'll be fun.
You kind of
And the
start
worst thing
to.
that happens is we add another city to our list that we can't come back to.
Yeah, right? I mean, when we leave, we don't necessarily need to come back. There's so many places to go.
You guys kind of, as you're like having this little discussion and eating at the table and talking, you guys begin to hear kind of like ruckus and noises outside, and kind of everybody inside's not, they're like paying attention but like not really. They're kind of like, they continue to eating. You guys continue the conversation, and you kind of hear more kind of like loud banging, and then a lot more ruckus and commotion. And about
Gosh,
that
guys,
time,
get a room. Stop banging so loud.
KB, this is kind of when you're like, you come out and you're like, walking down the stairs and making your way down to where they are. And you can kind of see, like halfway down the stairs, you see everybody, kind of every once in a while, like looking out, like outside. And then they go back to eating or doing whatever they're doing. And you do hear the loud noises as well, and they're getting louder.
Dwarves are loud.
Huh?
Dwarves are loud.
I can't stave off my curiosity, so I'm gonna get up and go peek out the door.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Okay. You guys go look out the door?
Yeah.
As you stick your head out the door, you see people stopped in the streets, looking off in the direction of the main corridor, like the main elevator that heads down to the next ring and the next ring, and all of a sudden you see a flash of light and then an explosion in like the far distance, and then you see people kind of like stopping, and they're staring, and like people are moving off to the side, and you kind of hear in this, like in the distance, you hear like and then another explosion, and it's coming in this direction.
The
Are
hell?
people like panicking?
They're slowly starting, like the people that are close to you, because this is like far off. the people closest to you are kind of doing a little slow backpedal. Like everybody's kind of getting that like anxious, "Oh, what's going on? Do I need to run? Is this flight or fight?" And you guys are standing in the doorway.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Still looking?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, what the hell
I'm
is going on?
perceiving.
All of a sudden, and this one's closer, like a jump closer. And now people are like, whoa, 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 and like backing up. People are going into buildings. You see people in the streets are beginning to turn and kind of do that like trot run. And then all of a sudden, you see an individual that like apparates out in the middle of the street about like 50 feet, 40 or 50 feet. And you watch as he stops and he does something, and you hear him speak something, and then you watch as like a flash of light goes out and a large explosion like happens in the distance, and you watch as these like a group of guards come running, the heavily armored ones with the
How,
like the sticks that fire, and you
how
watch as
close
they
is how close is this person to us?
about 50, well, you guys, well, no, because you're in the doorway, so about 50 or 60 feet.
And how far away is he hitting? Is he hitting people with this?
About 120, 150 feet.
And
And you
he's
watch as
hitting
he
people?
no, right now guards.
Hmm.
It looks like he's firing at the guards, and you watch as the guards bring up their guns, and you watch as the guns, as they bring them up, the end lights, and you watch as 3 symbols flash down the rifle, and 2 shots fire out, and you watch as this black hooded cloaked individual with this red undershirt whips out his hands, and a shield pops up and it hits the bullets and deflects off in either direction.
Can I
And
have
you
him
watch.
Can I have him make a wisdom saving throw?
What did? Hold up.
Natural 20.
Let her cook. Oh shit.
Yeah. Natural 20. As you go to whatever you're gonna cast.
I was going to cast hypnotic pattern.
Yeah. So as you go to cast it, and you like the
I'll
air
immediately dismiss it since I see that the he didn't get charmed.
well,
I mean, it's
you
not
go-
like a lingering
gonna go
effect,
up.
right?
yeah, it's gonna go off. So you cast it, and as you cast it out of the corner of his eye, he turns, looks, and kind of like does something that you just lose focus. You lose focus for a split second, and the spell casts, but you know that it didn't hit.
Yeah.
That's when it catches him off guard, and one of the those 3 guards that were firing, there's 2 more that come around the left and the right side, and they're flying in the air. They're dressed in the same color and attire as the individuals on the ground firing with the rifles, but they're wearing like these heavy cloaks, and they're wearing almost like a, I don't know how to explain it, like a crown, but it holds a piece of cloth that like flaps in the wind. It's just this weird, almost like pajama hat looking thing. And it's one of them is gnomish, and the other one is looks like it'd be full dwarven. And you watch as they say something midair, and they just cast down at the same time, and you watch as this heavily black cloaked individual is struck 3 times with something, and you watch as he goes down to a right knee, and the hood pops off to the one side, and 2 green ears pop out.
I knew it was that fucking guy.
Oh.
I'd like to try to detect
Oh.
his thoughts.
Okay.
Surface.
Oh, just surface.
I'm gonna try surface first, and then if it seems interesting,
Screaming pain, like he just got hit with something and now his skin is searing.
So
The guards
me and
approach.
Sophia and KB would recognize this guy.
Sophia and right now, Nova are the only one at the doorway watching.
No, I was up
No,
there.
it was me.
Yeah,
Oh, did
Patience
you?
was there.
Originally.
Okay. So, he's got like he's got like a cover that covers this portion of the face, but the hood came off.
Can he do a wisdom saving throw or a charisma saving throw? I'm gonna try to deep dive.
13.
Save is 15.
Okay.
So I'm gonna deep dive. Try to get thoughts more than top. I'm trying to dig now to see like who he is or where he came from or why he's here. What's going on?
You get his name is Tristan. He comes from Alart, and you're deep diving to find out what.
Who he is, why he's here, what's going on.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I have advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Ooh.
Wisdom. Character sheet. Why? Why is it not? I don't like the character sheet on here.
You can roll it however you want to roll it. I trust each one of every single one of you guys. So
Okay, 'cause I'm
you're
digging.
playing the game
Alright,
just as
alright,
much as I am.
I'll just roll it here. Wisdom saving throw. So first one was 10. Second one was a natural 1.
Ooh, so 10 total?
No, so I rolled twice. My first roll was 10. My second roll was a natural 1.
Correct.
So I got a 3.
So okay, so it's 10 total though, right?
Yeah, 10 total.
Okay. So as this individual is down on his knees and these two other individuals land next to him, and you see them beginning to cast something on him as the guards run up and they're beginning to shackle this individual. In that brief second, you manage to get a small glimpse of who he is and what he's doing here. You're not able to get the whole full detailed version because the moment you grasp at that tiny bit of information you pull, he, out of the corner of his eye, looks over at you, notices you're in his head, kicks down the mask, bites his lip, and yells something in a language, and you watch as a bunch of runes and markings ignite on his body.
Oh. Blood magic?
Aww.
Blood magic.
And the room and everything around you goes bright white. All of you guys roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
11.
Fail.
Why am I rolling so fucking low?
12.
22.
Succeed.
Who hasn't rolled yet?
KB
You.
succeeds. You.
Okay. I am going to roll in a 15 and add 3, so 18.
18.
All right,
Just
I didn't realize I was on mute this whole time. I rolled a 21. You probably saw that
21.
already.
I
Yes.
see that.
Nice.
Oops.
Might
I'm
be some
coughing a lot, so I'm like, in and out
might
of
be
mute.
some halvesies damage.
What was the wisdom saving throw for, Ginge?
And see how long you could stay in.
Oh, okay.
and how
Dang.
much you could grab.
Before he noticed and did his whatever he's about to do.
Yep. So, you take. Oh, I just hurt myself.
Uh-oh.
You take 26 points of damage.
Me?
Each of you that failed.
Oh, failed? Damn. Fucking
Half of that
ouch.
for those of you that did not.
That's
It was 26 total.
Yes.
So 13.
As you are all within that large vicinity, blown backwards, those of you sitting at the table, you're eating, and all of a sudden you're just like, whap! Thrown forward, and it's like just blown up in a vicinity. Sophia and Patience and Nova, you're watching as he turns, looks at you, and you're Nova, you're kind of like, you're just in the moment, like grabbing what you can, and all of a sudden, what? You guys are all just thrown back as the explosion just expels you in all directions.
Well, I'm not
Ow.
looking so good.
fucking terrorist, bro.
Mop. Mop.
Unabomber over here. Well, I'm gonna immediately go upstairs and go to bed and get a long rest.
Go to camp immediately.
I'm on
and-
the edge of death in one fucking hit. That's stupid.
Yeah, my danger sense will instantly kick in. I'll leap to my feet, yank my sword off my back, and search for Nova.
This person's gone, right?
So, you instantly, actually, you find yourself like 15 feet back, and you're like ass over tea kettle, and you like sit up, like, what the fuck? Take your sword off, shield off, and you begin like running. And as you, the first thing that happens as you stand up to take off running, you trip over debris. Everything within that vicinity was blown clean flat.
Holy shit.
Can I try and spot him?
The individual?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So,
Oh boy.
as each of you sit up in your respective spots that you were blown to, like pulling rubble off of yourself, you sit up and your ears are ringing. You got blood coming from your eardrums and your noses, and your face and mouth, and you sit up and you're kind of like dumbfounded. Sophia, you look out to where the explosion happened, and all you see are black rings.
It's the
Yeah.
undying one. He's back.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast locate object.
Yep.
And the object I am trying to locate is his mask.
mask?
Unless his I never saw his runes before, right?
No.
Do I want to do his mask, or do I want to do one of his? What were his bracelets made out of?
They just look to be like gold bracelets.
I'm gonna locate one of those.
You don't find it?
Whoa.
I would know if it was within 1,000 feet of me.
Uh-huh.
Motherfucker imploded and then vaporized.
Damn.
Nah, he's not here, bro. He got out.
He done vamped out.
One
Yeah.
one way or another, he is no longer with us.
He's not here, period. One way or another.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a
Either-
concerned look on my face, and
Either he's gone or he's
He's gone.
He's either gone or he's gone.
that motherfucker gone.
No, but is he gone or is he gone? Oh, he gone.
My money is on he's gone.
Sophia brushes out the rubble and nods his patience. That motherfucker gone.
Yeah,
But-
that motherfucker gone.
You look up to see 5, 6 black spots. One directly in the center that is a big scorch mark, and then, I mean, soot shadows
Holy
from the
shit.
other 5 around where they got, and like it just created like a little.
This man just fired off a fat boy right at his feet.
I was gonna say we're gonna be growing a third arm soon.
But yeah, it's absolutely. And then within that vicinity, minus yourselves, there's a lot of people that were close-ish, were all full vaporized, and the further out you get, parts are horribly burned, parts are ripped off of the body.
I'll just start spam casting Spare the Dying on as many people as I can.
I mean, there are people that are still breathing but look really bad. And there's others that when you go to them, you're
Too
like,
late. Yeah.
it's way too late.
Yeah. I'll save who I can.
Okay.
As well as keeping an eye out for anything that could identify whether or not he's still there. I imagine that whatever he had on him was vaporized, but
From out in the
the
street.
explosion. Yeah.
Yeah, you walk out there and you get within 10 feet of the spot, and the ground's hot.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh fuck, and you try to take like another step, and it's really warm. It's
Maybe
cooling
I-
down still.
Maybe I should walk out there. I have fire damage resistance.
Go ahead.
I'll take a look around at the blast zone.
I want to consult with Nova. I'm gonna point out that I
Yeah,
can't.
I was searching for. Do I eventually find her?
Yeah, it takes you like 10 seconds. You find her like 5 or 10 feet from you, but she's under a bunch of the wall like come down on top of her, and she's when you sit her up, her hair's like all over the place, and she's kind of like wide-eyed, and like blood's coming out of her nose, and she's just like shocked, like what the fuck.
Yeah, instantly start helping clear rubble off her. It's like, are you okay?
You can't hear
I was
actually.
just
You're
gonna
like,
say, my ears
you're
are ringing.
staring at him, and you're just like,
I can't hear you. No, I'm literally gonna say, I'm like, I can't hear anything right now.
and
My
your
ears are
ears are
ringing.
ringing really bad.
Mom.
Yeah. Like all you hear right now, Nova, is like,
Ringing.
and you're just like looking at Axel, and he's like, yeah, gross. I fucking hate that.
That's all she hears.
Yeah. But you're like staring at Axel, and he's like speaking to you and like patting your head, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, my ears are ringing. My ears are ringing. What the hell was that?
You take 2 points of fire damage, Strat.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
Okay,
me, and I'm like, no,
so-
no, 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 no. I'm not taking any
So-
more damage. Is what I'm not doing.
So 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Owie.
I'll get up and.
Do I see
myself
anything
off.
left behind?
Black soot.
Hmm.
He gone.
Well, let's see.
Since Axel's helping Nova, well, before I go to Nova, I'll detect magic on the spot of the explosion, and just make sure there's nothing lingering behind.
Nothing
about-
lingering.
What about Kibbles? Where's Kibbles?
Kibble,
I thought
you
KB
find
was-
yourself.
Oh wait,
alone.
he saved. That's right.
Yeah.
He was still kind of in the
He's still
inn anyway.
Hey, he still took half damage. So, KB, you came walking down the stairs, and you got to the bottom of the stairs, and you're looking at the group, and you're just like, hey guys, what's up? And you take one step, and then all of a sudden, and you're just like launched ass over tea kettle back up the stairs and down the hallway, and you actually get lodged into the wall in the far end of the hallway.
Oh shit.
So I didn't see the guy at all.
No.
Okay.
I'll come up to Nova at this point.
You probably wouldn't have wanted to see your buddy Allahu Akbar himself.
Yeah.
That was the language that we couldn't understand.
Yeah.
Arabic.
What the hell is that?
That's horrible. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I mean, I'm
Oh.
the one who went there first. That's
I imagine I'm like messing with my ears to make them stop ringing.
Yeah.
I'll brush myself off.
This is why it's good we're not streaming on Twitch.
I know.
It's gonna go on YouTube though. I guess I'll just
No.
mute this section out.
Meh.
Knock him up to Nova and be like, I tried to locate some of the objects he was wearing, and the Nova had to be here. Do you think like a gold bracelet could be vaporized?
I don't know.
I'm worried.
All I know is his name was
The
Tristan.
funny thing is, Nova, the funny thing is Axel, who can kind of hear, all you see is all you see is Treble. I was at the spot looking for the bracelet, like yelling at Nova, and Nova's just like getting like a little bit of the words, and she's screaming at her.
I wouldn't scream if I saw that she couldn't hear what I was
No,
saying.
but you don't mean to. Like you're talking.
You
but
can't
you're-
hear yourself.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
So-
yeah. I see.
Yeah. So you're like you think that you're talking, but you're screaming.
I'll stand up and be like, you don't need to speak that loud.
Can't hear you.
I
While
was gonna
that's-
say Sophia probably can't hear you say that.
While that's happening, I want to take a little bit of the, like a little soil sample.
Oh, I'm
from the
definitely
spot.
even when I made the save.
Yeah, because you're. I mean, look how close you were. The closest one.
Yeah,
All- all three of us were pretty close.
I stepped out.
Yeah. You
No,
stepped
trying to-
out, but you managed to like turn around and like get your hands up, and you kind of you semi shielded yourself, but you still got rocked.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna mind link with. What did he say? He was from Dollar. You said
No,
he was from
Alert.
Alert. Oh, I'm gonna
Alert.
mind link with Sophie and be like, all I know is that dude is from Alert, and his name is Tristan.
I
What?
tried to track his bracelet he was wearing, the gold one. It's not here.
Oh.
Do you think gold could, like that, could be vaporized?
With that much force? Possibly.
I feel like he's not here.
Yeah, I don't know. He either went somewhere or he gone.
So, patience. You're out there taking
Yeah, I
sample,
wanna-
ground
I wanna
samples.
take a little soil sample.
Okay. I mean it's very hard and crusty, and you do notice gold that's been melted and is now flat on the ground.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he gone.
I'll take. Can I pick that up? I mean, I have.
You make a
I have like
strength check.
I have a knife, like
I
a little
mean,
knife. And I
Make
could,
a strength check. I mean, it's melted into the ground, like it's part of the street.
okay. Fucking hell. Why am I forgetting how to use fucking multiverse 13?
13? Yeah, it doesn't come up. You wedge the knife as your ears are like ringing, and you're just so in shock and still weak that you are just like you're just not getting it. Like your what's the word I'm looking, like your vertigo is all fucked up. Like you're just like trying to get a position and you just can't.
Hmm. Well, I have a soil sample at least.
Yeah, kind of.
And I know someone who likes dirt. See what he thinks. I'm gonna go find KB.
I don't think this is what KB had in mind.
No.
I'm probably just gonna find
But-
a spot to sit down on the ground and try to like compose myself because I'm on the edge of death.
I'm doing research on the amount of energy required to melt gold in an explosion.
Gold has a boiling point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was
Yeah.
that inside job? The guards did it.
The gold melting point is 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Not the melting
Just-
point, the boiling point.
Oh, that's true.
Gold does have a boiling point. It's like
Yeah,
5,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, 5,000
I mean,
degrees
technically,
Fahrenheit.
everything has a boiling point.
2,800 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
This is quite the blast.
Damn.
Yeah, people put C4 at about 400 degrees. So this is way beyond that.
So you're walking off to find KB.
Yeah.
So the only one that was kind of farthest away is that you're finding yourself ass in the wall, and you're just kind of like, whoa, come to. And you're like half in the wall, half out, like you're like mounted into the wall.
How's my hearing?
I mean, you were up there as well. Like you're deaf.
So yeah.
Like as you walk off to find KB, what you think is like your normal walk, like you're strutting normally. Actually, you look up and there he's just like leaning on shit, and you're having. I mean, you're down on a knee too, like trying to keep yourself steady as you're rocking a little bit. But he's just like walking on.
I didn't take that much damage.
No, but you were literally at the front door with them.
True.
You were 50 feet away from a blast that should have vaporized your ass.
Ground zero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So, yeah, you didn't take a whole lot of damage, but the shock wave still, I mean, that's still a tender part when you start messing with your eardrums.
True.
And then when you pop your eardrums like that, your vertigo gets whacked up, and the next thing you know, you're like a little drunk child. So you're kind of like, you're walking, trying to find your way to the stairs. And I think that's where we'll end our night tonight. Yeah.
Oh,
Trevor's got me all fucked up.
going out with a bang.
Literally.
Hey.
This session was a blast.
Literally.
Literally. Allahu Akbar.
I don't know why, but Trevor, you like triggered my hyperfixation part of my brain, and now I'm trying to like figure out how to calculate detonation velocity
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
materials.
What kind of explosion would need to vaporize gold? Like it needs to be at
Anyways,
least
before we
2,800
get in our
degrees.
random tangents, thank you everybody. Have a
Thanks.
wonderful night.
Have a wonderful night.
Love
Have a great
ya.
weekend.
We'll
Be
see you
safe.
next
Be
week.
kind. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.